It's my honor to address you. My name is Dr. Arnold Nerenberg, and I'm going to be talking to you about the Trayvon Martin killing and George Zimmerman, the case and everything that's happened after. The bottom line is that we can make this statement: never again will we sit there idly by when we suspect or believe that there's been a racially motivated violence, a racially motivated killing, and that is suspected in this case. We don't know for sure that that's what happened, but it's suspected. So all the protests and the gatherings are good. It's saying we're watching. We're putting a spotlight on this process. We want to see that justice is served. Do we fully know what the justice is yet? I would say all the facts aren't in. We're not in a position to indict the police department or even George Zimmerman yet, but we're watching, and this is a good thing. We're saying we're not turning our backs on it. We're not going to pretend it didn't happen. It's not going to get swept under the rug. That's a good thing. It's not a good thing if we become un-American. In America, we're all innocent until proven guilty and beyond a reasonable doubt. We know that George Zimmerman helped create a negative context. He approached Trayvon Martin with suspicion. It already created a negative context for things to unfold in. It doesn't mean he's guilty of murder. I want to go and look into the background of everything that's led up to this. Certainly, it has its roots in the time of slavery, when the white masters committed a number of abominations, which include the following: exploitation of black women in terms of sexual exploitation. The slave owners, in fact, the South probably wanted to keep, one of the motives to keep slavery as an institution was not economic, but it was also sexual. These men could go and have sex with beautiful black women who were their slaves that they owned, and it was an accepted part of the times. So that's part of the injustice that's happened. Second tremendous injustice that was done is that the black slaves were taught about Christianity, and Jesus Christ was portrayed as white. So God then became a white man, which a black person, it's more of it separates the black man from God, because God is white and he's black. This was a tremendous abomination against the black race perpetuated by the white race. The white race at that time helped destroy, at the time of slavery, the black family by treating the men as chattel and breaking up the family and selling off the children or the wife, or taking the husband, or taking and mating him with different women as if he was cattle. So the white race has a responsibility in terms of helping to destroy the black family. At that time, the white race felt superior. As a matter of fact, didn't even believe that black people were fully human or that they had a soul. Eventually, it was admitted, well, they have a half a soul, were allowed in the back of a church. That arrogance and superiority still exists within the unconscious mind of the white race. That is an abomination. Now, for white people who are in our society today who say, well, I didn't even have ancestors who were in this country perpetuating the institution of slavery, but still every white person has benefited from the fact that they have an edge educationally and economically because of the suppression and exploitation of our black brothers and sisters. Because of the institution of slavery, slaves couldn't think in terms of their future. So the whole idea of planning for a future, making plans, that was impaired. And planning for the future was impaired in the black community because of the white race and the abomination of slavery. Furthermore, the white race perpetuated a social contract saying it's inappropriate to talk about things that really matter. So that basically you have where it's only permissible to talk about superficial matters, and people are saying, no, we want to talk about what matters. And what matters here is we suspect that a racially motivated murder was committed. Again, we don't know that was the motive. There's contradictory accounts of that, but we suspect that we're going to keep the light on this. Certainly, the white race owes the black race a debt of gratitude because of the tremendous contributions the black race have made philosophically, arts and sciences, athletics, business, politics, in all areas of life. Also, the black race really freed the white race from a psychological slavery, helping to expand through the spirituality, the great spirituality of the black race and the humor of the black race, helping white people to come out of their own narrow-minded views and restricted ways of being. So the actual beingness of our black brothers and sisters helped free us up. It should be further pointed out that the white and black races have always been fascinated with one another. White people have always been fascinated also by their black brothers and sisters, and black brothers and sisters fascinated by their white brothers and sisters. However, also it could be said that people of the white race have a fear of people of the black race, an irrational fear, motivated by the injustices and the collective guilt that exists that was done against black people, that they see that has been committed and created now a fear. On top of that, the continued exploitation of black people during the Reconstruction period, that even and the lynchings and the murders and the economic exploitation that considered after the Emancipation Proclamation at the time of Lincoln, our President Abraham Lincoln, even after the Civil Rights Movement with great black leaders, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, even after that time, the discrimination, and the legal discrimination, the economic discrimination, the educational discrimination, and the lynchings and the murders going over and over, repeating themselves. So it's in that context that we look at the Trayvon Martin killing done by George Zimmerman. Again, there are conflicting accounts about George Zimmerman, about what exactly happened. We don't have the facts, and although these gatherings and the vigilance that we have, saying we have a spotlight on this, we have a spotlight on the police department, we have a spotlight on this case, but in no way could we judge. We do not have the facts. It's impossible to say, well, George Zimmerman is guilty of racially motivated murder. We don't have the facts to say that yet, but we want to keep a careful eye on this. So the best attitude that all of us can take, white, black, Hispanic, all of us can take, is keep the spotlight going and say, we're watching to make sure nothing's swept under the carpet in terms of the police department and in terms of what happened with George Zimmerman killing Trayvon Martin. We want to keep that vigilance going, but withhold a judgment because the account and the facts are just not revealed to us yet. In conclusion, I want to give my sincere condolences to Trayvon Martin's family, to his loved ones, for the tremendous loss of their precious son. I'm truly sorry. For the family of George Zimmerman, if he's innocent, then my best wishes to George. If he's guilty, then let justice be served upon him. But in either case, the family caused no harm, and I wish the best for the family who was not involved in the killing. My best wishes and concern for you and what you're going through. But Trayvon Martin's family losing their son, this is a terrible thing. One of the worst things in life is to have to bury your own child. This is a terrible tragedy. Again, my condolences and best wishes.